good, fam? It's Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood, talking about anything and everything that impacts the culture. And today I got a special guest, fellow hip hop enthusiast, goes by the name of Zach Els. You can find him on Instagram, and of course I'm gonna put that in the notes. It's probably coming up there on your screen right now. But Zach, yeah, man, it's crazy. I just met him on IG, and I commented on a lot of the stuff he put about hip hop, and here we are.
Just like that.
Just like that. That's the power of social media, right?
Exactly. Gotta love it. Gotta love social media.
So you a hip hop enthusiast for real, man. Like all your posts, all your pictures, all your topics, they're all hip hop related.
Yes. I've been getting into that heavy. It's just a passion of mine. You know, I've been, in love with hip hop and the culture for a long, long time since I was a kid. And, it just makes me feel good to just share just my opinion and knowledge, whatever it is that has to do with hip hop. So were you like, so back in the day, as a lot of us, I tried to get into the music game. Right.
But I wasn't any good. So here I am on YouTube, right? But were you involved? I mean, were you ever trying to get into music?
Absolutely. That was definitely like my main goal, for a long time, to be an artist. I was in a group called Team Blackout, and we made several appearances on MTV's Run's House.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah. My brother Jojo and our friend Reggie, we was all in a group together. We was doing that for a long time,
Okay.
Long time. So
called Team Blackout. So if somebody puts Team Blackout on YouTube, is it gonna pull up a?
Yeah, it'll come up. You might see the album we put out. We put out an album like in 2008.
Okay.
Blackout. Yeah, we were signed to a small independent label.
Oh, nice.
Latchkey Recordings, at that time. And we got an album out.
Okay. So what kind of music was it?
So I would say it was just very just fun, just like party club type records that we were making. We were young at that time too. We was like 18, 19 at that time. We was just having a lot of fun with it. The production was great. We was working with this production duo called Chris and Teeb, that they work with a lot of big artists like 50 Cent and Cassie and people like that. But they were like associated with Rockwilder, his production company.
Yeah.
His production team. So it was just a lot of fun, like big sounding.
And you just was like, and then you guys just dropped it, or the group just disbanded, or what? I mean, that seems like, you're at that point already. Right.
I mean, it was going somewhere. We was having some success. We were buzzing. I feel like we might have, stopped prematurely. The buzz a little bit more, but we ended up going in different directions and just kind of like, kind of took, that route that groups take where they're like, you know what, let's see if we all go in our own route, and then whoever gets it, puts everybody else on.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I just had that conversation with somebody, because you know who did that, or at least to me that did that was Nelly.
I was just thinking Nelly, exactly.
Because they did the same thing, and because they were buzzing in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But they only wanted to sign Nelly, and Nelly was like, look, we're going to push me.
Exactly.
And then I'll put everybody on. And then of course, then Murphy Lee and everybody came in, and so Nelly stuck to his word.
Right.
Yeah.
Eminem, same thing, D12.
Oh, that's right.
A lot of groups
did
do that.
Eminem really push D12 the way he should?
Right. He did to a certain degree. He definitely was on the albums. They did have the D12 album, at least one album. Could be another one out there.
Okay. So on that, hey, that's perfect segue. Because on Eminem, so I'm sure as a hip hop enthusiast, you're aware of the so-called hip hop beef between Snoop and M, right?
It's crazy.
Which, I don't even think that's a real beef. I don't think from what I saw, I don't think Snoop is in the wrong. Do you? I mean, so Snoop said he wouldn't put him in his top 10. The whole thing started, correct me if I'm wrong. So what I understand is Snoop said that he wouldn't put M in his top 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could just ride out and be cool with not listening to M. Right? Okay, so, and then he did refer to M as the Great White Hope, which, I mean, people are turning that into something I don't think it is. But I mean, like, why is that? I don't get it. Like, why is that such a bad deal?
As far as just everything that Snoop said,
I mean, yeah. I mean, in your opinion, is that beef worthy?
Right. I don't know if it's necessarily beef worthy, especially like, you know, they both come from the same camp, you know, they in the same crew basically. I mean, from what I saw of Eminem's reaction to Snoop, because of course, you know, you got every right to express how you want to express yourself, but I think M was talking about just like he didn't really appreciate the tone in the way that Snoop was talking. Because it was like, you know, I could see it, you know, you could take it as a little bit of a disrespect in a certain way. Okay. But, you know, because Snoop, he said something like, you know, the Eminem did his thing, whatever, but, you know, he wouldn't put him in his top 10 because he feel like, you know, there's rappers from the 80s, you know, that he fuck with. And then he a whole bunch of greats, you know, like Rakim and KRS-One and LL and guys like that. So, I mean, it's a valid point, you know, so. Definitely I mean, a point, but, yeah. I
mean, so for me, and I at least agree with the sentiment of Snoop. Okay, so I listed my top 10. I got a playlist. I got a playlist here on YouTube where I do top 10. So I do like whatever, top 10 in hip hop, top 10 in Christian hip hop, top 10 women in hip hop, whatever. And I actually have M. I have M on my top 10, but I have him on my top 10 because what he has brought to the culture. Like he's done a lot that he could. But I say this all the time, and I get a lot of flack for this. I say M gets away with stuff that at that time a black rapper couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because M was talking about bodying his baby mama and killing his mom. He was like talking about farting in people's faces. Like he just
all the homophobic stuff too. Like
back then, you couldn't do that as a black rapper and get the headway that M got. Now,
no, absolutely not.
M definitely made a lane because of that. M made a lane, I feel like, for your Hop Sins, for your Tyler the Creators, you know, those type of cats, right? So that's why he's on my top 10 too, because of his impact on the culture, right? And I mean, he's a wordsmith. I mean, the way that he
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, Snoop also had a big impact on the culture, and Snoop came before M. Like we're talking, Snoop inspired M, regardless of what M tried to say on that Zeus track.
Definitely.
Like, come on now, anybody that's affiliated with Dre.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Snoop impacted the culture in a big way. Like M was a kid listening to Snoop and wanted to be like Snoop.
Right.
He just got his feels because he didn't put him in his top 10. But I'm like, everybody's top 10 subjective?
Right. It's very subjective, exactly.
So I'm like,
that's something I feel like it probably could have been just kept internally, and they could have, you know, if there was an issue or if they felt a certain way about it, you know, I would think that maybe something like that would probably have just been dealt with, you know, amongst themselves, especially them being in the same clique like that, you know, being affiliated for so long.
But I just feel like I just don't feel like Snoop said nothing really that wrong.
He just expressed his opinion, like how he feel about, you know, his top 10. But I did see in the M interview where he was saying that it was the thing really like at the end of Snoop's comments.
Okay.
Like Snoop said something about like as far as like music that, you know, I could live with, you know, like I could live without that shit. That's what he said at the end of the interview. So that's what Eminem said. Like that was the one thing he was like, that I don't know like how to take that, you know. It was weird because like Snoop was giving him his props at the same time as well as expressing his views on the top 10 list. So I don't know, it's kind of strange.
So, but did M? I just feel like did M have to go public though? Because M.
That's what I'm saying.
You heard the Zeus track?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like whatever. I thought you was a god. I was backward dog and whatever.
Right.
Like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's maybe. I feel like M could have just let it slide, or like you said, talk behind closed doors. But now you're putting out a track.
Yeah. So now we discussing it now.
Because it wasn't a subliminal. Like he said, like it wasn't even like a subliminal where you really have to listen to it a couple times to be like, oh shoot, is he talking about Snoop? Like he straight up said Snoop.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I just feel like I don't know. Snoop Dogg has come out and said something to the effect of, more or less that basically, you don't want this smoke, right?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah. So I'm like, now look, lyrically, bar for bar, that ain't gonna work. Snoop's not gonna be able to hang with M. I mean,
like you said, M's a wordsmith. M's definitely a way he put it together. I mean, I know Snoop probably get on some real gangster type shit, you know, get on there.
Yeah.
I think actually Snoop was on Instagram Live. He was on IG Live, and he was playing some music in the studio. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw. Oh, it was Something to My Face.
Yeah. So like people are saying that this might be a little jab at M, a little bit of a, you know.
There's a guy, another YouTuber by the name of No Life Shaq. Have you heard of him?
No Life Shaq. I don't think so.
Yeah, so No Life Shaq, he's huge. He's got like 2.5 million followers or something. Like,
damn, I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he's actually pretty cool. But he actually did a reaction to Snoop. Snoop's. Oh, man, I'm gonna have to find that video of what you're talking about.
Oh, he did. Okay.
I guess Snoop had previewed that song like a long time ago, way before this. But what he thinks is Snoop added this verse that wasn't there before, and this verse kind of has a lot of subliminals towards M, because he's talking about close the curtains, which is obviously M had a curtain call. Talks about you were closing curtains, but now you're gonna be closing caskets.
Exactly. Yep.
And then he was saying something like, if you're trying to be Superman,
yep.
I'm gonna be that kryptonite. Like, which was a double entendre, because obviously there was that song Kryptonite. Right. Obviously Snoop, the Crip tonight. Right. He's the most widely known Crip in the hip hop game. So I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Make you be like, oh, I don't know. Like Snoop, I don't know. Snoop.
Yeah. Snoop's so my whole deal is, in this, and I had other videos on this, we live in a world now where it's big time cancel culture, right? And so I'm sure you've seen when you go on Twitter or IG, fools are out there saying like, whatever, Snoop is old, he's washed up, he's this and that. And then there's fans, this is what does bug me, is Eminem has some fans that are so like, just like so biased. Look, like I said, M's in my top 10, but there's people that with M are like, M can't do no wrong. Like they can't say nothing critical of Eminem. Like ever. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I feel like you got to at least be, if you're truly a hip hop enthusiast, you could keep it a hondo.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Just be like, you could be critical, and still like the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get called out on that a lot. I got another one. I was accused of clout chasing here on IG. I don't know if you saw it. Just because I said Tech 9 don't need to use gimmicks, right? Tech is dope, right? I said, so he don't need to use gimmicks and all this, that, and the other. Man, they came after me.
Word?
Yeah, man. I was like, I like Tech. I sometimes wear Tech 9 sweatshirts when I'm doing these shows. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't see them at Rock the Bells, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And I'm just saying some of the stuff they need to be doing.
Right. People take things so I don't know. They could just switch up your words, flip shit on you to, make you seem like a whole way that you wasn't even trying to get across. So it's difficult sometimes on social media. You gotta be careful.
Yeah. Did you have beef when you was in the music game?
Nah, we had no beef. No beef. I mean, there's definitely haters though. There's definitely, people hating on us when we was coming up. To say, just like people in general, I feel.
Because you're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm from New York. I live in Jersey now, but yeah, definitely.
Are people vibing with M out there on the East Coast like that?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, I don't hear it. Like, I don't hear a lot of Eminem, being played in places that I'm going to. I won't say that like people aren't. I'm sure there's gotta be people out there over here that are. And like you said, like he has a super loyal fan base. Yeah. And I know that for sure, because I know just like when I was in high school and stuff, like all the kids I went to high school with that were Eminem fans, like they love this guy. So it's I'm pretty sure they still bumping him, but I mean.
There's his boy came out, Royce.
Yep.
5'9".
Saw that.
And he's like hardcore defending him, right?
Right.
Which is so crazy because they had beef.
Yeah, they didn't like each other originally.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. This whole, like I said, the whole beef thing, we'll have to see what happens with it.
Right.
My whole thing is, like you said, they're from the same camp, essentially. First of all, we got to give props to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre essentially made both these dudes.
Definitely.
And that was kind of my argument with Eminem before too. Is look, would Eminem be the Eminem we know if he didn't have a Dr. Dre producer and a Dr. Dre cosign?
Nah, he wouldn't. And Snoop, that's a point that Snoop was bringing up in the interview. And then I heard M say that he wouldn't disagree with that either. That, Dre definitely helped him become the best artist he could possibly be.
Yeah.
And be where he is without Dre.
Because look, it ain't about just being a dope rapper. Because look, I'm sure we both know in our hoods, we probably know guys that can probably rap their ass off, right? But they just ain't got that shot. Or they got trouble finding good beats, or they don't have, a proper producer. But so, because Dr. Dre could take you or me today, produce a track and it be played, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nationwide.
Right. Get that Dr. Dre cosign.
That's what I'm saying. The Godfather, a gangster rap, the West Coast rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, So Snoop was making that point, and so that's why to me, I guess I could see how M could take it some type of way. I just feel like he shouldn't have put Snoop on blast on a Zeus track. Right.
You can see that going a little bit, taking that a little too far with that.
Yeah. And hey, look, on that, Dre is Dre still in the hospital?
From my understanding, I think he is. I know he released that tweet, right afterwards, that he was doing fine, like he was doing well, and he was getting like excellent care.
Yeah.
So
last I heard, I read something that he's going to go ahead and give his ex-wife or whatever the $2 million. I don't know if it's $2 million. I know she was originally going for $2 million a month, so I don't know if he agreed to just go ahead and give her the $2 million a month, or if he's giving her $2 million just to kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was reading some of that. It was some big money talk. I'm like, dang, they got money. She said he got like $264 million in cash, like just in cash, and like Apple stock and stuff like that. Like he got
just liquid, just
the first billionaire in hip hop.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another video. I was gonna start doing videos back in the day. A few months ago, and I had Eddie Murphy as my first one. I was like, give these people their flowers now. And then I kind of haven't really been going in that direction. I'm like, man, I'm gonna do one for Dre, because
got it.
And then start doing a couple more frequently.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, Dre going through this. So these two guys warned in his camp, right? Mm-hmm. He got Snoop and M. He got the whole thing going on with his baby mama. He had a brain aneurysm.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, his 2020 carried into 2021 heavy.
Yo, seriously, yo. I was hoping everything would just be smooth going into 2021. Like,
yeah. And you never know. What's crazy is that with M, I think Eminem took this from Dre is real reclusive, and Eminem is real reclusive. Like you don't ever see. Yeah. You never see these guys out.
You don't see them out that much. Doing
so crap. That's the thing too, is like with M, it's like you never hear about him until something like this, until like it's or until it's whatever. Right. So, and Snoop is out there. Snoop is always out there. Snoop always cooking show out there with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just posted something on Instagram. Like Snoop, he did like a wrestling thing. Like he was on the wrestling.
Yeah.
Jumping off the ropes and doing like, I was like, yo, Snoop the man, like the Snoop. He's like the most popular rapper, like popular.
Oh yeah.
Just he does everything.
He shifted to being iconic.
Very, yeah.
Like people that don't even listen to hip hop, people that aren't even into, like everybody knows Snoop.
Like my grandma knows who Snoop Dogg is.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's done like T-Mobile commercials.
Right. Yeah, he's everywhere. Corona commercial now.
Yeah. Like so Snoop, he's definitely has built his brand. He's been in a couple movies, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I would, as a fan of music, I would be very interested to see some diss tracks with Snoop and some real diss tracks with Snoop and M. I don't think it'll really come to that.
Right.
But as a fan, who wouldn't want to see that?
Right. I know a lot of people. I've seen people say like they don't feel like it'll be good for the culture, like these two juggernauts in the
Really?
But I've heard people say that. But like,
okay,
it would be entertaining. It definitely would be entertaining to see those two go back and forth. I don't know if it's a good thing for hip hop, but it would be entertaining. But you know, we'll see. I'll be surprised if Snoop doesn't respond. I feel like, you know, Eminem called him out. He said it by name. It wasn't like a subliminal.
That's true too. That's the thing too, is in this game of hip hop, or some say this sport of hip hop, right?
Right.
You can't do that actually.
Right.
You know what I mean? So some will argue and say, well, Snoop drew first blood on the whole deal, right? And then M responded. So it could be deaded like right here, like, okay.
Right.
But now you're dealing with people's egos.
That's what it is.
So maybe, man, I feel like, okay, so switching gears a little bit, let's talk about, since M has obviously been in the most beefs, because Snoop's had a couple beefs here and there, but nothing really, definitely nothing recent. Definitely nothing as much. Out of all the beefs that Eminem has had, we'll just say fairly recent. You know, we won't go way back in the day. We won't talk about Benzino or nothing like that. But let's say MGK and Nick Cannon. Do you feel any of those beefs when let me see, MGK? Okay, so we'll start with MGK. When MGK started dropping a little bit on M, I actually felt like it was a pretty good diss track.
I thought so too. Yeah, I did.
You know what I mean? And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, saying that out loud, people are gonna be like, y'all is crazy.
Right.
I feel like it was a decent.
Right. Yeah, you gotta give it up to MGK for that. You know, I think he shot a lot of people with that diss track. You know?
Now, who do you think acoustically? Who do you think sounded better, Eminem's Kill Shot or MGK's Rap Devil?
You know what? That's a good question. You know what? Like, cause for me personally, like, I feel like, and I actually only probably heard Kill Shot like once, so hear it back again. But like, I feel like I was probably bumping more to the MGK one than the Kill Shot one.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Okay, so then let's go to Nick Cannon, and I am a fan of Nick Cannon.
Me too. Yeah.
And so Nick Cannon had The Invitation. He had like three of them. Like The Invitation had what was the other two?
Well, he had like with his crew, right?
The Black Squad.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, all of them cats,
they
battle rappers for real.
Right.
Like Charlie Clips,
Matt Hoffa, right?
Am
I getting it right?
Hitman Holla.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had those guys. I thought that was good too.
Right.
And Nick Cannon came out with some pretty good bars too.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean, that one is weird to me. The Nick Cannon and Eminem, like, I mean, I don't know if that's one that people really want to hear. That's not.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, the people vote. But my thing is, I feel like, because if you look at the likes and dislikes on just the YouTube,
right.
Everybody disliked it. As far as Nick Cannon, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for every one person that liked it on Nick Cannon, there's like five that liked it, right? And then you had all these Eminem stands coming out, dropping some pretty decent tracks against Nick too, but nobody takes Nick serious because everybody looks at Nick as Nickelodeon Nick. Right.
But you know, thinking about it, I mean, I do respect the I respect, you know, just the energy that Nick was coming with. Like, you know, he wasn't feeling whatever, you know, M was, you know, saying or doing. Right. He made it known. So he wasn't scared. He wasn't going to hold back. Like, you know, I don't care if you're Eminem, you know.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, so we know when I was talking about Eminem was able to say stuff that a black rapper back then couldn't, right? So that brings me to this other point. This is some of the other stuff too, because so in the early days, and again, before I get lit up, I am a fan of M, right? But look,
got disclaimer. Put that out.
Right, disclaimer. I'm gonna have that scroll across. But I'm just saying, look, here's another thing that Eminem was able to do, and other rappers couldn't do, is when he was building up when he came out with My Name Is and all that, and he walked into like the music awards or something, right? Right. He was going in. Look at some of the people he was going in after. He was going in at that time, all the boy bands,
the pop stars, yeah.
And going in on all the women, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears. Now, take those exact same songs, right? Same lyrics, and have a black rapper and not Eminem. Back then, have a black dude come out talking mad trash about NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, all these white pop artists. You wouldn't have got no play, bro.
Different story.
So that's timing. And I'm not hating on M for that. I'm just saying we got to acknowledge the fact that, look, you want to tell me that didn't help the career? You didn't tell, you know what I'm saying?
And he even admits that himself, I believe. Like, even if you go back to like the Eminem show, we had the song White America, and he's talking about him being white and how that's helped him, you know, with his popularity as a rapper.
Right. He has a different, I heard a guy say that Eminem, and this, okay, so let me say this first. He says Eminem is a great rapper and a great lyricist, but doesn't necessarily make great music.
Great songs.
Right, so those are different things. Now, I will say this most recent, and I don't 100% agree with that. I'm just saying I've heard that argument.
Right.
I will say Eminem's most recent album, right?
Music to be Murdered By.
Music to be Murdered By. He has some pretty good music on there. That track we got with Young M.A. He got a song on there. It's hot.
I heard that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he's evolved as a rapper. That song he got, I forget the name of that song he has with Juice WRLD. He even has a song on there that gets radio play with Ed Sheeran. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. I mean, look, if I open up these cabinets back here where I got some of these CDs, you're gonna find a good half a dozen Eminem.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So he's dope. I'm just saying people act like he's untouchable.
Right. You know, that's that loyalty, you know. And people just,
it's a bias, man. That's just like, come on, that's
people, you know, sometimes you gotta be a little objective about things, you know. It's hot. It don't matter who it's coming from, or, you know, if it's good, it's good. You gotta just get it.
Yeah, exactly. So tell you what, we definitely gonna have you back here on the show.
For sure.
I can tell we could already talk on a number of topics.
Fact, and I'm with it.
Be sure y'all hit my man on his IG, Zach Els. Definitely look at all his posts. Look at all, everything is hip hop. Mine is, you know, anything that impacts the culture, which obviously hip hop is. His is solely hip hop. So dope. But until next time, this is Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood. Peace.